Alright guys, let's go ahead and talk about UMG, because I know that this is becoming the next thing on YouTube, and if anything, it's something that we've been through before. Not exactly the same, but a scare. Something that is detrimental to creators and probably will put us all in a situation, well, reactors at least, will put us in a situation where we can't make content anymore because we're going to be limited or this different thing's going to happen. This honestly feels just like the James Franco meme where he's standing there with the noose around his neck and he looks over at the guy to his right who's crying and goes, "First time?" Obviously, if something happens, then yes, it needs to be taken seriously. But as far as what they're saying that they're going to do, it's hard for me to be worried about this, only because I've been through Kappa, I've been through Adpocalypse, I've been through so many different iterations of changes on YouTube and to the internet, and when, you know, certain things were going to be legal or illegal and different things, and it's just the next thing. It honestly kind of feels like a whole political thing too, because isn't it interesting that all the issues that we had in 2020, the people being in outrage and the protests and everything that's going on, is that we don't talk about those things anymore. Just like Adpocalypse, is that the only time that it's really brought up is the fact that, yeah, it kind of sucks that we can't make as much money on YouTube or this or this. And we did see something bad happen. We saw that a lot of YouTubers lost their ability to be able to make money, all because Logan Paul's a fucking idiot. There's something on the horizon that very well could affect content creators and even independent artists and people that make music. As someone who has been a reactor for about 3 years, I think we're actually coming up on 4 years now, which is pretty nuts. But in the same hand is that we see UMG claim a lot of our videos, and it's always bullshit. The fact that they believe that they even have a case or have the ability to do this, like, it's slimy. It's not something that I look at and go, oh my god, it's, you know, this is, you know, completely within law, this is completely, you know, this and this. It's like, oh man, there's a countdown happening because this is the right thing that should happen. I don't get why every greasy corporate elite executive thinks that they have the ability to monetize the internet for their own doing, especially when it's bigger than them and they're not going to take that money with them when they die anyway. Trust me, you're not going to buy a way into heaven, and you're certainly not going to take any money with you to hell. So truthfully, like, what is it that we should be worried about? Is that it seems like anyone that has anything oriented with music is going to have issues. Is that, you know, whether it's us, whether it's Too Lit, whether it's Laid Back, whether it's, you know, cliffbeats, or it's any of these other guys, which, by the way, cliffbeats, his video, he's the reason why we know about this. Give him some love. The video will be in the description. The thing is that being on YouTube, it's so much more than reacting. I'm sorry, reacting is such a bloated market. Everybody and their mother thinks that it's going to be a quick way to get rich, and that you can just, you know, sit there and just gasp every now and then and not pay attention to the music that you're doing. Like, so few people actually give a shit in that market. It's one of the reasons why Eric and I do what we do. It's why we give a shit about lyrics. It's why we dive deep into things. It's, well, whatever the audience lets us. Because I know people are tired of hearing me say it when they're like, oh, Kyle keeps saying we don't show up, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, because you don't fucking show up. If we don't react to something anymore, you have no one to blame but yourself. But in the cases of when we have had people actually show up, it's the fact that we do give it our all. We dive in, we let these things change our lives. We try our best to do the best justice to the band and the artists and the fans that love everything that they've done. So to know that there's a possibility that that could be wiped from the internet, all the work that we've put in, over 1,000 videos, of course that sucks. But in the same hand, my focus is so far from reacting, even just on a daily basis. Reacting is a C plot in my life. It is something that Eric and I know for a fact how to do. It is a well-oiled machine that constantly runs, and we know how to make it happen. The difference is that I'm doing other things that I really hope one day actually means something in the grand scheme of me being able to make a living off of this platform. Relying on a reaction channel audience is one of the most stressful things that you can do, because reacting in itself is inherently selfish. We want to see the moments that people had reacting to something the same way that we do. We want to be able to know that the moment that we cried is the same moment that someone else cried, but it's only specifically for certain things that we dig. Now, there are some people that stick around for things that we do anyway, regardless of what we do, and we cannot explain how much we appreciate that. But the long way around the barn, basically what I'm getting at, is the fact that I'm branching out. I'm doing other things. I can't rely on reacting anyway. There is no way I could quit my job right now and rely on the Rykerroad audience to be able to sustain me. It's not possible. It's why I still have a day job. It's why I make videos like this whenever I have time. It's why I work on scary stories and try to do voice acting and work with mixing and mastering and making music and, you know, working with my friends and making music with them and trying different stuff. I can't be contained to just reacting. I can't be contained to just that one side of YouTube because, number one, like I said, it's a bloated market. But secondly, it's in a lot of ways, especially with splitting revenue and doing everything, it's a dead end. It's something that's just a little bit extra every month. And especially knowing that it could wipe away and it could be gone, it doesn't affect my personal life that much. Similar to when Adpocalypse happened, was that I remember Joe Santagato was being interviewed and people asked him and they said, hey man, you know, how much has this affected your day-to-day? Like, are you doing okay? To which he said, yeah, he's like, I've seen my income drop a lot and it sucks. It really does. But the thing is that he branched out. His podcast was able to sustain him without YouTube. This is the harsh reality, is that YouTube is so finicky. There's so many things that can happen. There's always the next scare. There's always the next thing. There's always the worry of, oh my God, everything's going to come crumbling down, or this is going to happen here, or this is going to happen there. It's like, dude, I've been through this so many times. It's going to take some actual evidence for it to actually prove to me that this is something to be worried about. And it's for a couple of different reasons. One is that I tend to just not worry much anymore because worrying literally gets you nowhere. It's a cancer. It's a disgusting thing that's inside of us that just makes everything around us just be discredited with any of the joy that it can give us. So that's the first hand of it. The second half is that I need evidence. I need to see it in our YouTube studio. I need to see the way that things go down. I need to see how it's all going to transpire, especially when I'm hearing people say, oh, I got 27 strikes on my channel. My first thought is not that they're full of shit, but what I want to do is understand what they're saying, because what they're saying basically is that they surpassed the 3-strike thing that YouTube does for when your channel is deleted. How is that possible to get 27 strikes on your channel when 3 strikes and your channel is deleted, no questions asked? Maybe it means 27 claims or 27 blocks or 27, you know, however that they want to go about it. But regardless, we haven't seen anything on Rykerroad. Everything is normal. We are still getting viewership. We are still having subscribers. We have view duration. There's still revenue. There's still all these things. I am looking for evidence. I am looking for the truth, and I'm looking for the facts that will show me that this is something to be genuinely worried about. And until then, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to sit and wonder whether or not things are going to happen. I think it's also because I've just seen our other friends who are reactors, like whether or not they've, you know, had so much drop in interaction, which is so unfair, or I've seen YouTube literally like just blacklist them for no reason, for what their AI thought that was right, and their AI is bullshit. The thing is that I'm a pessimist when it comes to YouTube. I see what happens every single day to other channels, so no, it's not out of a far reach that this could happen, but again, there's no evidence. I've not seen it happen on our end. Now, other people can be affected, of course. I know people will immediately comment and they'll be like, oh, it's like there is evidence. It's like, no, I'm talking about for us personally. I'm talking about the fact that it's like that we have not seen anything. If there's a chance that Rykerroad would be deleted and or reacting is no longer a thing, then oh well. You can't expect to stay on YouTube and think that things are going to stay the same, because they're not. It is a finicky, unfair, disgusting, slimy place. And when things like this are said or theorized or people are worried about it, what do you expect with a company that treats their channels and their people the way that they do? It doesn't shock me, but I have yet to see how it's all going to actually affect us. I don't know what's real and what isn't, but regardless, no matter what it is, if I'm making content for reactions with Eric, or if I'm making content on my own, or if I'm making content with him together, no matter what we're doing, we're still going to be on YouTube in some way. We're still going to be able to do something cool. So in the great words of Corey Taylor, come whatever may. Come whatever may, man. It's going to take a lot to surprise me. Adios.